Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. I have today a fun little video, and it is a book video. As what you can see, what I have here on the table are quite a few number of books by Jane Davenport. I first found out about Jane Davenport through Allie Brown. This is like years ago. I mean, in like One Book July number 2, maybe, when we were both using a personal Chic Sparrow size. I still have mine, and I think she still might have hers. But she was mentioning something about, taking an online art class with Jane Davenport. And so, of course, I discovered who Jane Davenport was, and eventually ended up buying this book. This was the first book by Jane that I got, the Drawing and Painting Beautiful Faces. And she even has an online class where I think all of this stuff came from. This book came from her teaching that online class. And it's an amazing book. It talks a lot about different supplies. This was way before she had her art line. This book was created way before that. She was still using, Prismacolors and like you can see here, other things, not Copics and other brands. And she actually even has a class called Supplies Me, where you work through all of the different supplies. Because see here, there's Liquitex gesso and other things like that. But this was the first book that I got, and I worked through quite a bit, and some of it was just the basic sketching, not even the learning to lay down the paint, because this is something that I still have trouble with, and it's something that I'm working on this summer. This summer, like, those are those amazing, oh my god, I'm totally gonna butcher what they're called, Peerless watercolors. I've got something very similar by Viviva. Something that I've been wanting to work on, because there's Copics. I've been wanting to work on developing my own art style, but learning a little bit more about blending and color and different medium. If you've watched anything that I've done, this was a wonderful thing to work through and to learn. If you've watched anything that I've ever done, I tend to use kind of some of the things you see here. Pens, microns, Sharpies, watercolor pencils, watercolors. Those are the things I tend to stick with. I don't venture out into many other supplies. But after this book came out, Jane Davenport started releasing, I'm gonna pull up here, this is just one of many boxes. She released gessos, mediums, acrylic paints, 3 palettes of watercolors, your brights, your neutrals, and the mermaid glitzy ones, or the, what's it called? I forget what this palette's called. Glitzy palette, that's right. This had some drama sticks in it, but I had trouble with those. So I put she released some colored pencil crayons, which are one of my favorite things. She released pastels that used these. I had trouble with them because I dropped them, and then it's like makeup. It was a mess. These things are wonderful little paint sheets. These here, I got 2 sets. They're the color sticks. They're like a pastel, but they're in like a lipstick-like kind of container. So they're in quite a variety of colors. There were 2 sets, these and these, plus I'm trying to think of what else. I have 2 sets of the colored pencils. The Mermaid Markers, I have all, 4 sets of the Mermaid Markers. And even, it says Crayola, but it's not Crayola. It is all Jane Davenport markers. These are the glitzy markers that have glitter. These are the paint over pens. These aren't Jane Davenport, but they're like a brush pen, they're called Sun. I think it's a Chinese brand, yes. No, Japanese, it says pen in katakana. And then these are cards that came with the pastels that I did stuff with. But the reason I have these books out, and these supplies out is I've been feeling very, I'm not sure if anybody else has, I've been feeling very not creative and kind of stuck, and it's like it's One Book July, and I'm using an electronic system which is very, very different than what I'm used to, and so I haven't been feeling very creative or arty, and all of my summer concerts, that I had some really fun things planned for the summer that got canceled, and so there's all of that. So I haven't been feeling very creative, but I had this book, and then I bought this book last year, 2 years ago when it came out. Was it 2018, I think? Yeah, 2018. And then I bought this book when it came out too, so that would have been 2018. It was around summer-ish. And I hadn't used this because I really wasn't sure how to use it. These 2 books, the Drawing and Painting Beautiful Faces and the I Love Drawing Fabulous Figures, are really good kind of step by step. Learning how to refine your features, learning placement of, the face, learning how to draw a head, learning the parts of the body with her unique heart structure. And she even gives you little stencils that are at the back of the book. And I just love all the colors and everything in here. But there's little stencils that I've already punched out that are in this little folder here. She even had some stickers, which are always fun. So these 2 are kind of like, teaching you how to draw. And these you can use with the inks or the mermaid markers, and they're really good books for learning Jane's style of drawing. But then I bought this book myself, and I really wasn't sure how to, because it says it's a happy hour art journal. It has stickers, which I've already taken out. It has like these pages for collaging that you can rip out. It has a chart where you can track your time that you're spending in your book. I haven't done that. It talks a lot about Jane's supplies than the paper that is in the book, because there's a variety of different papers. And so I had this book for probably 2 years, and I just started using it this summer. Yeah, I got it in 2018, and I just started using it. And I've been actually having a lot of fun with it. And because I was having so much fun with it, the husband went online and ordered me these 2. Now you'll see that this one says, I love drawing Marvellous Mermaids. So this book is the 3rd in this series. So you have Beautiful Faces, Fabulous Figures, and Mermaids. So it is a kind of a tutorial, or a book that still is using her heart concept, but now it's dealing with everything mermaid. And she has stencils and other things that are spellbinders. So she does talk about those. But you'll see that all of the supplies now that are in the photos are the Jane Davenport supplies. And I don't think all of her supplies that I have in here, except for like the baton blenders and stuff like that. Everything else was, what's that company? Everything else was American Crafts, but the newer stuff is Spellbinders, a completely different company. And so it's, as you can see, like, just beautiful. And she talks about her jelly plates, because she has a jelly plate. All of her different inks. Look at that, beautiful. She has a class where she teaches just how to do the beautiful backgrounds, and that's something I've been thinking about taking. Beautiful lighthouse with watercolors. Look at that, just beautiful. So this is a book that I haven't gone through yet. I've stared at everything, I've looked at everything many times. Like her other book, it does have stickers, and there actually are collage sheets at the back. They're like little fish bits. You can do with those as you please. But there's actually a beautiful one with her and an octopus in here that is stunning. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. See how there's like starfish and octopus, and it's just beautiful. So lots of visual eye candy in here. But these two books are, I'll first show you this one because I haven't done anything in it. It is just like the other one that she has, except it says Whimsical and Wild. So there's her animal drawings and her figure drawings. And these show up everywhere. And again, another timesheet. And there's different papers. Like, you can see down here it says coloring paper. This is a good one for like the colored pencil crayons. You can use acrylic on it. Something you could do is get a clear gesso. I think I have clear gesso arriving tomorrow that will go all over the page and be wonderful. But see, it says coloring paper. And there's always a page that has a little something in one of her drawings for you to color. So these are all coloring paper. Coloring paper. I thought this little one was cute. I have no idea what this character is, but he might be a groundhog, I think. But then, like I said, there's different types of paper. There's a lot of coloring paper. So you can call it a like fancy coloring book for adults. This is craft paper, and it's a thinner paper, and there's quite a few of these in here. So you can see some of Jane's artwork that you're used to seeing with, there's a cute little, they're just giving you everything. Some little kangaroos. So lots of craft paper. Look at those. More craft paper. Little koala bears. Those are adorable. And then this right here is mixed media paper. So it's a little bit thicker, and it will take a variety of different mediums. And then this right here is watercolor paper. So there's watercolor paper in here. And it's a really nice watercolor paper. It's very similar to the paper that is in her bound book journals that she used to have. I'm not sure if they still do or not. I haven't been to a Michael's in a while. More watercolor paper. Cute little bunny. And these are some more of those collage papers. And then the stickers from here, and these are stickers from the Whimsical girls. But the reason I want to show you what I've been doing, I haven't been feeling very creative, like me physically wanting to create. But this book, I have all of these supplies, and I think in that one video all of those markers started to go bad, and I hadn't used them for over a year, so I thought, okay, I've had some of these paints and stuff for even longer, so I want to really make sure that I'm using them. So I pulled out this book and just kind of thought, well, if something happens to it, something happens to it. If it doesn't turn out good, I could just gesso over it and, you know, use acrylic paints or do a, you know, an abstract. You know, nothing wrong with that. But I've been having lots of fun. I've been using supplies that I have that I don't use, and so that's also good as well. So that you could definitely, you could fill every page in here, because it's supposed to be an art journal, you know, where you just kind of play and have fun with it. You know, do something over here. So there's a little introduction. Again, just like in the other one, talking about the different papers you have, the coloring, the craft, the marker, the watercolor, collage, and sticker sheets. There's your chart. And also they're perforated. I'm not going to tear it out, but if you wanted to, you could pull this out. And so you can color this. I'm going to come back and do something to it. I just wanted to see how the paper took the colored pencil crayons, the magic wands, and did that. I just used some of her acrylic paints. I think the faces are the color sticks. And then I was just testing to see how this paper did with the different medium, and you can't really see through it because it was watered down a bit. Haven't done that. Or those. These are just some of the magic wands. I want to get some clear gesso. So that's what I have coming, so I can do something fun with that. And maybe this as well. Not sure what I want to do here, or here, or here. I've got something fun that I want to do with this little unicorn, and put that there. This was the first thing that I did. I watched a YouTube video of Kimball. Kimball's Corner here on YouTube. He pulled out his coloring sticks, and so I was like, well, I've got those and I have that book, let me get mine out. And so I kind of gave it a try, and it was the first time I'd used those coloring sticks other than making swatches. And yeah, I just wanted to see what it did. And so that video of Kimball's started me going through here the last week or so, and I've really been enjoying myself. I've been making time for this every day, and I tried mixing different skin colors with the different sticks. I've got something fun planned for her. This is one that I recently did. Just used some acrylic paint, some paint over pens, some glitzy marker things. I'm going to do some fun stuff with them. Don't know about that. I was thinking of putting these in like bubbles, so I started drawing some circles. This is one that you see everywhere. This was in all of the publicity for Jane's stuff with American Crafts, and I know I've colored this in many times. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her. I think I'm going to maybe give her like a witch's hat or something. I don't know. We'll see. This one, I'm not sure what to do with the florals in the background. I'm not a big fan of that look. It looks kind of like a creepy person. You can hear Seamus is sleeping over there, so he might make a little noise or two. He's having a dream. Boop, boop. Yeah, he's having a little dream. This one, I didn't like what I did with her face with the pastels, so I went over with acrylic paint and glitzy markers and tried mixing different skin tones and stuff. I haven't done them yet. I think I might use watercolors on it. We'll see. This one was one of my favorite ones to do. At first it was just the green circle, the girl and the dog. And then I decided, no, let's put pink and circles with glitter everywhere. Just some little swatches. Just colored in some faces. Let's see. This one, I used her crayons. I'm not a big fan of them, and the blender and everything didn't work, so yeah. And I decided to turn this girl into a little mermaid. Seamus, it's okay, babies. He's over there having a little dream. These are just the color sticks. Oh, and I did use one of the yellow crayons. That's why there's some splotchiness, because it's a wax and it, yeah, does stuff. But they blended really well. This was one of the latest ones that I did. Paint over pens, acrylic paints. These are the color sticks in the hair. She was really fun to do. I love this blue, so I wanted a lot of blue. And then I mixed some of that blue with a silver glitter pen, and there you go. She kind of looks like a Greek statue with an umbrella. Just some little doodles. I thought of doing like a bookcase or something. I don't know, just random heads on a bookcase. I've got some ideas for this one. This one, I didn't know what to do. So I just drew a circle. And here. I just used my circle. And then there's lots of different shapes of circles, so I just kind of randomly put those everywhere with the glitzy pens. She looks like a little vampire baddie girl, I think, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her. This was watercolor. I was trying to use the neutrals to mix up a variety of different earth tones or skin tones, and I got 8 different skin tones in there. Sort of your pinkies, peachy cream, and all of your, some beautiful darker tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just your everyday, like me. Some swatches. This is all Mermaid Markers with just kind of adding water and letting them blur. Some blue for the eyes, some beautiful lobster for the lip. I added some more swatches here. And then here, I was trying to make her look like Botticelli's Birth of Venus, and there you go, that's what I came up with. Pink, I have no idea why. I think that color is called Best Friend, and it's a very vibrant pink, and I do have some Mystic maybe down there, a little bit of that, I don't know. These are the ones that I want to do next, but I want to practice my method of doing galaxy, sort of a night sky. And then there's the end of the book. So this has actually been quite fun for me. It's been kind of getting me out of my head with all of the craziness that's going on. I love her, she looks cute. And, if you have lots of supplies, like I do, and most likely you do, because we planner art journal people I've learned, like completionists, where we have, like, if we have one, we have to have all of them. So I'm sure you have, and see, these are just the Jane Davenport art supplies I have, not all of the Arteza, all of the markers and pens and acrylics and glitter acrylics and watercolor pencils. I have so many art supplies. So I thought since these are the first ones I got, I would use them, and since they're Jane Davenport, use them in her books. And then kind of work up the courage to do more. And it's been very good. It's been very beneficial for me. I feel better towards the end of this week. It's Friday, it's Shabbat. We've had temple, we were bad and ordered pizza, and that's the first time we've ordered out in a long time, and we were a little concerned because COVID cases are going up. I don't want to talk about that. I like her too. But this, you know, some people might look at it and think it's just silly, but to me, it has been very beneficial this week to kind of, you know, get me out of my head, because, I mean, there's nothing to do. Things are closing down again, and so it's been, you know, I've spent, you know, a few hours, you know, at least about a half an hour each day doing something for the last little over a week, and it's been good. It's you know, something I've needed to do. Oh, let's get the pretty purple. So there you go. These are books that I purchased with my own money, or the husband did, as in these cases. And what I will do is I will I will put a list in the description box of these books, and I will link these down in the description box below. I know Amazon is probably easier for most people, but I do know Jane does sell them from her webpage, but I'm not sure with international shipping how that all is working this time of year, because I've been waiting on something from AliExpress from April and it's, you know, the middle of July. I will put some Amazon links. They are not affiliate links. I do not have an affiliate account, so I'm not making any money off of it. You're not making, you know, you're not, you know, getting a higher price, a lower price. It's just where I found them on Amazon. I don't do that because I don't want you to have to feel that you have to buy something using my link, if that makes sense. I don't have them. If you watched my no spend, low spends, you'll understand my reasoning behind that. And one reason why I have these is I have them and I bought them, and I'm going to use my supplies, use my stash. So there you are. That's kind of how I've been this week. I've been cooking, cleaning, playing with the puppy and the kitty, and coloring and painting in my books. So there we are. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment section down below, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. Have a wonderful weekend and week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.